Hey everybody, welcome to chapter 5. So in this chapter we're going to talk about the eukaryotes of microbiology. So when we talk about microbiology, most people focus on, I cannot get my slide to change, it's so annoying. There we go. Most people focus on bacteria, and I will also mainly focus on bacteria. But there are multiple other organisms that fall under the umbrella of microbiology. Protozoans are parasites that cause multiple deaths every single year. One of those protozoans that is probably one of the most horrific parasites is the protozoan that causes malaria and can kill hundreds of thousands of individuals every single year. A very common protozoan that we see in the U.S. is Giardia lamblia, which causes severe diarrhea and is transmitted through dirty water. We also use microbiology when identifying worm infections, so parasitic worms. Fungi and algae are not super common disease-causing agents. They can cause, so fungi can cause certain diseases. Fungi can grow on our skin and cause certain diseases like athlete's foot, and can get into our lungs and cause severe pneumonia and other problems. But they are both are important in microbiology, in medical microbiology, as well as in causing problems with food. This is an evolutionary tree that shows eukaryotic organisms and where we all stem from, that common eukaryotic ancestor down here. So if you look up here, you can see that we have multiple groups on this tree, and you can see how closely related organisms are. So a monophyletic organism or a monophyletic tree is one in which we have one common ancestor. And so this is an example of monophyletic. We have animals here. There's their one common ancestor, and all animals stem from that common ancestor. You have plants here, all common ancestors, or plants have one common ancestor. If you look at the protozoans, so all of these in red, these are all protozoans. They are found in multiple groups. So you have excavata, chroma alveolata, and amoebozoa all contain some of your protozoans. And so this means that they are not, they have multiple ancestors, multiple common ancestors. You see that? That is called polyphyletic. And we do not like polyphyletic trees. So we're always trying to reorganize these protozoans to put them in their proper place. So every few years, protozoans get placed in different areas. I'm just letting you know, because right now, these are the groupings for the protozoans, and 4 years from now, if you take another microbiology class, it might change. Oh, and the term KISS, or keep it simple, the way we remember mono and polyphyletic and how we like it is keep it simple, silly. We want the simplest tree. If the simplest tree is going to be the one that makes the most sense. So I mentioned the different groups that and why they are important in microbiology. These are the groups that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about protozoans. Protozoans are microscopic heterotrophs. And really the classification of protozoan is anything that's not plant, animal, or fungi. And if it's not any of those, then it must be a protozoan. Algae are your simple autotrophic organisms that are photosynthesizers. We talk about helminths, worms. These are macroscopic and multicellular, but we study them because their eggs and a lot of the larval forms are unicellular and very small or microscopic. I add in insects because when you talk about worms, insects are one of the most common vectors of our worms. And a vector is an organism that transmits disease. So vectors are organisms that take some type of disease-causing agent from one area and then give it to another area or bring it to another area. That's what a vector does. I talk about it now. You'll hear about it in your textbook in your latter chapters. So we'll talk about it now, and then you'll get it again back in, I think it's like chapter 15. And then we have our fungi. Fungi are heterotrophic organisms that tend not to be super disease causing, but they're very important in that they cause a lot of damage to food, and also they're important in medical microbiology because fungi also help us to produce antibiotics. All right, so I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to try and make these videos nice and short so that you can watch a video and then take a break. And then we'll get into our protozoans. I don't know why I couldn't say that word in the next video. Bye.